Hello! Today I'm here to show you the Camplux portable tankless water heater that uses propane gas from a regular propane tank to give you hot water. What this means is anywhere you go, if you have this and some propane, you can have an endless, of course you need water too, I guess. So this propane and water, you can have an endless warm shower. So these things are great. I have a little camping spot here where I have water, but I don't have electricity. So this is perfect for being able to take a great shower. Let me show you how it works. I'm just going to lay it down, and you'll see everything here came in the box. And there's some plastic that's blowing around. And then it shows you on the box, here's an image of what it looks like. So you've got your tank, your little heater here, and this goes to your propane, and this then gives you the hot water out. So it does not come all the way put together. You just get this, and these are separate. So let me show you how easy this is. So you have all your supplies here. So notice this is blue and this is red. So this is part of, if you wanted to, you could split it. You could have your water come out and split it into cold and hot. I'm only using it for hot, so I'm not going to use this, okay? This is a little piece that screws on for your garden hose. This is your water inlet. So this is a little adapter. And this is where so if you don't have a hose this size, you're going to need an adapter. There's also this one. Oh, I'm spilling things. There's also this adapter. So if this is what works for you, then you can use that. So it's got 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. Okay. Actually, that says, anyway. So one thing that you're going to have to keep in mind, and it won't tell you this in the instructions until after it tells you to put this on. This comes with little gaskets. Make sure to put the little gasket on the inside there to stop from leaking. Otherwise, you'll have to do like I did, where you screw it on, and then 3 pages later in the instructions, it tells you to use the gasket after it already tells you to put this on. So not the best. So you can either use this one, or I think actually I'm probably going to need this one. I have a feeling this is what my garden hose looks like. And there's a gasket for that too, right here. So again, don't forget to put your gaskets in when you're connecting metal to metal, because you'll get drippage otherwise. Okay? This is really easy. Let me show you how cool this thing is. You just... There it is. See how you can take that off and on? So this is your shower head. Okay. And it comes undone. You have to screw. I screwed this on. So this will come separate from this one, but it's really easy. You see, you just take this little white piece, screw it to your other, and there's already a gasket in there. So you don't have to actually think about that one. You can just put it together. And then this screws on to this piece. So this piece was actually separate. I screwed that on, and then screwed this onto here, which there's a gasket inside there for that, and then it just snaps on or snaps off. So this is really convenient. You can snap it off because in some places where you're using it, your temperatures overnight might potentially get below 32. If that's the case, you're going to want to disconnect this and let the water drain out, as well as your hose. So it just makes it really easy. You can do this and it'll drain out for you, which is nice. And then you don't have to worry about your pipes getting damaged. Now let's talk about the gas. I don't have any pressure. There we go. So here's your gas inlet. And again, I screwed this in. They provide some little wrenches here, or if you have a crescent wrench of your own, you can use that. And they say don't over tighten. So tighten it. Make sure it's tight. Like I can't undo it with my hands. So that's what you want. But you don't want to crank on it because you can crack it, which is no good when you have a gas line, right? So here's the other end. You see you have a pretty good amount of hose here. And then you just screw that into your propane tank. So really easy. The only other thing is you have some D batteries you have to put in here. And the D batteries provide the ignition, because you always need some spark to get your gas to ignite and heat your water. So that's what this does. And I'll show you. Take a look at the configuration there, because it's a little hard to find it in the instruction manual. It does show you the positive should be out here and the negative should be here, but it's a few pages in. So just remember, this is the positive one, this is the negative one, and then you're just going to give it a push and turn. You kind of have to push right in the center because it sort of screws in, and then that closes your battery container. Now you've got some other parts here, and these are for so this is kind of a little valve piece that I'm sure we'll get to later. I've never used these, so I'm not really sure what application they would have. But then you've got some screws and some drywall anchors. I probably would not be hanging this on drywall, particularly with this. Maybe that's meant more to be for your piece that holds your shower head. As you see, This holds your shower head in place. So you can screw that into whatever structure you want to screw it into. Maybe that's what they're giving you these for, because I just don't feel like these are hefty enough to hold your whole tank down. But you could use them, or if you're screwing straight into wood, you just have your little screws. One thing to watch is if you get this too, depending on your surface, you can get it up a little bit too high, and so you want to, when you're holding it up before you screw it in, make sure, like, if you need a little bit of an angle on it, you might want to put like a little, what do they call those, shim in there to get your angle right, because I have screwed one of these in before where it was pointed a little up and then it was like flooding not the shower but the rest of the area. So do pay attention to that. You can learn from my mistakes. And then to hang it up, notice it has a couple of options. So you have this handle, so you can simply just hang it on a hook, which is my plan. I have a hook up in my little shower house. I'm just going to hang it on that. But you could also use this panel and get something that's flush onto a wall if you wanted to. Okay, one thing to keep in mind about these is they do have to vent, so you don't want to put it into an enclosed space with no place for it to vent. We have a little shower house that has a space between the top of the wall and the ceiling, and that is what we hang it next to that so it can vent out that way, and then we don't have an issue. Some of the bigger ones will come with a place where you can actually put like a like a chimney if you want to. If you're going to use an inside space, I highly recommend that, because you don't want this venting into your closed-in space where you're taking a shower with steam everywhere and you're breathing in everything. All right, so the next thing we'll do, I've shown you how to put it together. This is how you adjust everything. So we'll take it into the shower house and take a look about how it actually functions. Okay, so now we have it running. And as you can see, I've got everything hooked up. You've got your dials here. This is nice because it has a little window. You can see the flame on the inside, so you can kind of see that. So we can vent. See, we have a little bit of space there between our roof and the covering. And then I have the water running on this side. So see over, you see it steaming? See how hot that is? And this has some different settings up here, I think, where you can do this. Or you can get more of a centralized. So that's kind of nice. You have some options. There's another option. And you can adjust your flow. Like, you see, as I turn this dial, I can adjust the flow of water to be harder, which will make it a little bit cooler. So the way this works, if you come back around to this side, I'll explain. The way this works is I have it now on maximum heat and maximum water flow, okay? So there's a pretty nice temperature. I would say that's probably right about 98 degrees, right? I might want to shower hotter than that. So what you can do is minimize your water flow. And as you look over here, I know we're looking between, but as you look over there, you see the water flow declines a little. But it's not bad, right? And then your water heats up quite a bit, depending on your water flow. So, again, you've got 3 settings on your shower head, which are nice. You can get your temperature as you like it. And then what happens? You shut it off, flame dies out. So you could leave your water connected if you wanted to. You could leave it there connected and just have this to turn off and on whenever. We usually turn it off just because having that pressure in the hose all the time might not always be good, depending on what kind of hose you buy. But if you wanted to leave it on, you could. And then you just come in every time you want hot water, press that button, hear it start up, and then the water heats up. So we have this where you can reach through to make adjustments. You wouldn't have to do that. You could hang it closer to your shower or whatever you wanted. But it hangs up in there. You can see the hook on the wall. And then you can take a nice hot shower in that section. All right, so if you're looking for a way to have a hot shower no matter where you are, just with some propane, which you see we have the propane tank here, and some water, you can get one of these, take it with you, and you will always have a nice hot shower. So, I mean, to me, this is so worth it, because when you're hanging up a bag, waiting for the sun to heat it up, and it's raining, and you're out there, and you have to take a cold shower, that can be really not the most fun thing to have to do if you're doing that regularly. So this little thing, this little Camplux, is an awesome option for that. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your hot showers.